All right, everybody. So this is my first Group X virtual class and also doing a live stream. So my name is Neil Pendleton. I am the new health and fitness coordinator here at the MITRE facility. So yeah, I'm going to take you through. My plan basically is to do every week a virtual posting of the workout of the week. So I'm trying to go ahead and get attendance in some of the group exercise classes, and from getting feedback from a lot of you members here, it sounds like doing some type of, like boot camp circuit style metabolic conditioning type course is being requested. I guess it's been popular in the past. So I wanted to do, if anyone's ever done CrossFit, similar type workouts. So to give some explanation on some of this stuff, Metcons are basically intensity classes that can be scaled for any fitness level. So whether it's somebody who's just getting into exercise, whether it's somebody who's super advanced and want to do an awesome workout and really get after it, you can scale the intensity level to your own fitness level. So this week's workout, which we did last night in the studio, is going to be posted all week long, and every week that's my plan, is to, if you want to come in person and on site in the Group X room, and probably on a bulletin board throughout the fitness center, I'll have the workout listed. So for this week's workout, I designed an AMRAP workout. So AMRAP, for those of you who aren't familiar, stands for as many rounds as possible. So the idea of this workout is to go through and a set amount of time. So I chose 15 minutes for this particular workout, where I'll be going through a list of exercises and trying to complete a specified amount of reps per exercise, and do that as many rounds as you possibly can within this 15 minutes. So this being the first workout, I wanted to try to pick a workout that's very manageable for everybody and that people can get through. It's all body weight exercises except for the kettlebell swing. So I hope if you're doing this at home, I hope that you have a kettlebell. You can take any other type of weight, whether it's a dumbbell, any other apparatus you can hold on to with a little bit of weight to it to mimic a kettlebell as well. If you have any specific questions, you can always send me a message or drop comments after the videos, and I'd love to hear your responses, hear your feedback, even suggestions on some of these workouts, because I'm doing it for everyone out there watching. So with today's workout, to break it down, I always love giving visuals, so I did some printouts here. So on the printout, I hope this is, again, my first video. I hope it flips around so you guys can actually read it forward. To me, it's looking like it's backwards on the screen. So maybe I'll have to switch and do some type of mirroring. Again, drop that in the comments. Let me know if you can actually read this. And if not, I'm going to go through it now. So the way the workout is set up is basically going through doing 10 reps of 6 different exercises. So the 6 exercises that I chose for this workout is doing jumping jacks, body weight squats, push-ups, forward alternating lunges, kettlebell swings, and sit-ups. So I'll be going through and giving demonstrations of each of these exercises. I'll also be giving modifications for the exercises as well. So the way I'm planning on doing this is basically I'm going to be going through doing a warm-up for each of these workouts. A warm-up that hopefully we can all do and follow along with together, and then from there the actual workout, I want to do a 1-round demonstration instead of doing the whole workout with you virtually, because most of these workouts everyone's going to be at their own pace, and I don't want to have everyone necessarily think they're going to follow along with my pace or keep pace with me, or maybe I wouldn't be able to keep up with somebody out there doing it. So I want everybody to go at your own pace, do these workouts on your own. So really I encourage everyone to have a timer. I like having some great music going, so when you do it, make sure you have some music to follow along with. And then from there, after you see everything in action, you can get after the workout on your own. So for today, I'll go through more of the explanation of the actual the exercises and the breakdown, give you a mock demonstration of each, and go ahead and do a round so you can get an idea of what it would look like. So if you want to skip ahead to that now, great. Obviously, the warm-up piece, I'm going to go through, and I don't know if you have all this equipment at home, but we're going to go through a generalized warm-up now to get you prepared for the workout. So, all right, well, I'm going to set this down, and then I don't know if you can read it, but For the warm-up, we have stuff that's going to include some jumping jacks, some Spider-Man lunges, some inchworms, some hamstring stretches, and then we're going to go through and practice some of these movements as part of the actual workout. All right, so hopefully you can hear me as I step back. Trying to see here where this cuts off as far as the feed. All right, so I'm going to try to speak loud, so hopefully you can hear me. I have a voice that carries pretty well in general. So for the foam roller, step out of the way. If you don't have one, I recommend you pick up a foam roller. So this is great just to get your body loosened up and prepared. So if you have one, we're going to take a seat on it. If you don't worry, we're only going to do this for about a minute. So you can take a seat on the foam roller. What I recommend is that we're going to try to hit the back area. So we're going to use our legs, laying on it, to pull ourselves back and forth with the foam roller. Whether you put your arms up, coming back and forth, you can even lean to the side. And ideally right now, think of it like a rolling pin, kneading out, some dough or whatever. You want to try to work the kinks out, work out any little sore spots that you might have, and you can apply more pressure to your body by letting more body weight lean on the roller. You just go through, do a variation of these rollouts. The foam roller is awesome for hitting all kinds of different areas on the body. Like right now, I'm turning. I'm going to hit my lats a little bit more on the side. You can even get your legs too, or if you want to go ahead and take time, IT bands are usually really tight for a lot of people. At some point, I'll be doing some of the virtual stuff, showing more foam roller, different movements that you can do. For today, it was just a general kind of get you rolling on this, work out some of the kinks before we get moving along with the warm-up. All right, I'm going to try to keep an eye on the time and on the clock. So for today, to start off, the first one that we're going to do is jumping jacks. So we're going to go through, and let me see, hold on one second, because the clock here doesn't really work that well. There's a timer here in the studio. I'm going to see if I can get this going, so at least I have, all right, cool, a clock to follow along with. So we're going to go through some jumping jacks. We're going to do these for about 1 minute. You can slow down the pace if you want. You can pick up the pace, but about 1 minute of jumping jacks. We're just trying to get the blood flowing here and get warmed up. For me, it is just after 6:30 in the morning, so got to get that body woken up. I did this workout last night. I had a lady that she was in the studio because we're still trying to advertise and announce these workouts. She just happened to be in here, was going to do her own workout and stretch, and I told her that I had a workout plan. She hopped in it. She did a great job of the workout. So that'll begin Monday nights at 5 o'clock. I'm planning on doing the workout of the week in person in the Group X studio. All right, just a few more seconds. The jumping jacks. All right, now we're going to switch it up. We're going to go into Spider-Man lunges. There's a bunch of different variations of these that you can do. This is great for stretching out the hamstrings. So I'm going to have you kneel down. I'm starting on my left leg, taking a big stretch out, hands down in front of me. And with these Spider-Man lunges, the more that you lean into it, the more you're going to feel that stretch in that hamstring area. And then periodically, switch legs, leaning down into it. Switch every once in a while. This is something that if you have room, depending on where you're doing the workout, you can even kind of get like a crawling motion going with your hands, going forward, but stay in frame. I'm going to stay back here. All right, so now these Spider-Man lunges, we're going to switch it up just slightly. I want you now to work on, when you're in this position, reaching one arm up, holding it for just a couple seconds, back down, reaching the other arm up for a couple of seconds, and then switching legs. Coming up, sitting those hips down into it, feel more of a stretch in that hamstring, and then switching legs, again, coming on up. We got 15 more seconds of these. So these last few, I'm just gonna really set my elbow down, lean into it, get that deeper stretch in my hamstrings. We wanna make sure everything's loose for the workout. Last side again, lean into it, set that hip down. And obviously, if you don't have the greatest mobility and flexibility, don't worry about going super deep into the stretch. With any stretches, especially during a warm-up, we're not trying to go ahead and create too much pain or go too deep into the stretch. I want everything to just be a good warm-up, light in general, so don't overdo anything. All right, next one is one that a lot of people don't like. It is called the inchworm. It's just awkward for a lot of people. So for the inchworm, what I'll have you do, try to make sure I'm in frame here, is standing up, you're gonna put your hands down, and then you're gonna walk out onto your hands, and then you're gonna walk your hands back in. As you come in, you wanna focus on trying to keep your legs fairly straight, maybe coming up to your fingertips, holding that position, and then back down. Walking it back up, holding that position, getting that stretch in my hamstrings, and then walking back down. Coming back up. You can also, with the inchworms, walk your feet back too, and get used to walking your hands in, trying to get that shape where you're coming up. All right, now we're going to take that break. Hello.
Hello, sorry, I'm new. I've never been to the gym here before, and
Yeah, as I said, we got somebody walking through. You can cut right underneath the camera here. I'm just basically live streaming a class, but no worries at all.
Sorry.
No worries at all. I had to set it up here, so
Okay.
you just cut right underneath. Don't want to see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about
No, it's
that.
all good. Have a good workout.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. All right, so to keep going along with the stretching, we now are going to do some hamstring stretches. So we've done a couple of things to warm up our hamstrings, but I'm big on making sure they're nice and loose for a workout. So putting your feet in front of you, we're just going to lean forward for about 20 to 30 seconds. If you can't get to your toes, just try to keep both hands in front of you, reach as far as you can, try to keep your knees from bending. Keep those legs straight. You're going to feel that stretch down in here, and then try to hold it. All right, so one thing that I'm going to talk about in some of my workouts is giving different nutrition tips. So the one that I want to encourage everyone to start doing, as we switch to one leg now, I'm bringing my right leg, leaning both arms towards my left, is to go ahead and start thinking about staying hydrated, drinking more water. Obviously, summer months, people are a little more conscious about it because during the summer, people are sweating more, they tend to get thirstier, but during the winter time, people don't tend to think about drinking as much water. Let's switch legs. So you want to make sure that you're staying hydrated at all times. The benefits of water, I mean, the list is very, very long. Water helps in every function of the human body. So making sure that you're drinking enough water is really important. So we're going to get this stretch switch back up. All right, we're going to go to another variation of inchworms here, all right? So for these inchworms, what I'm going to have you do is similar to the last ones. You walk it out, and then when you walk it back in, I want you to hold this position, but pump those calves. So you're going to drop those heels up and down, warming up the calves, the feet area. You feel a different stretch in the hamstrings. Coming back down, if you're able to, maybe do a push-up, because we have push-ups in the workout. Pump those heels down and up. And if you need to, it's not bad to be like this. You just want to try to straighten up if you don't have those flexible hamstrings. And do everything at your own pace. If you need to take breaks, that's totally fine too. All right, get those calf pumps going up and down. All right, cool. So back to the water real quick. As I said, water plays a role in every function of the human body. Helps your muscles to avoid injury, helps it alleviate aches and pains and muscle soreness. I even tell a story / kind of joke that it literally makes you smarter. I'm assuming probably nobody's ever had a hangover before, but if you have or known somebody who's had a hangover, essentially your brain does not work too well. Well, the reason it's not working very well is it's dehydrated, it's foggy, it's groggy. So by drinking more water, you're gonna make sure that your brain's firing on all cylinders when it's hydrated. So make sure you drink plenty of water, general rule of thumb, I try to encourage people to drink a minimum of 100 ounces of water per day. So that would be like, you know, a Poland Spring size bottle. You're talking, you know, we'll just say, you know, it's just under 20 ounces. So you typically drink about 6 of those bottles of water per day. All right, so now to move forward with the actual workout demonstrations, we have in it, again, if you want to write this down on like a little board or on a piece of paper, it is going to be 10 jumping jacks, followed by 10 body weight squats, followed by 10 push-ups, and then 10 forward alternating lunges, 10 kettlebell swings, and then 10 sit-ups. So I'm gonna go through and just demonstrate a few of these, each one of these movements, and this is also a great way to start preparing your body for the workout by doing some of the stuff we're actually gonna do in the workout. So jumping jacks, we already did some of those, which is putting the feet out, coming in, getting those hops up and down, and you would do 10 of these. I would recommend sometimes counting out loud. It is easy with this stuff to go ahead and lose count or kind of forget, especially the amount of rounds that you've been doing. This workout in particular, the rounds are gonna go fairly quick. We found out last night doing it when I did it with the class, it was about 2 minutes per round is give or take the pace that we were going at. So now body weight squats. So let me stand back, make sure my feet are in frame. I'll give you from the side. I recommend a lot of times for beginning squatters, reach your arms out, stick your butt back, sitting down, weight more on the heels, and then coming back up and in. When doing this part of a class, whatever kind of rhythm allows you to get in a good groove, you want to make sure you get down low enough into the squat. When you come up, you want to really kind of squeeze those cheeks to the top. If you're doing this stuff going at a quicker pace and you're not getting the full range of motion, that's fine. But to get the most benefit out of it, really you're in competition with yourself, not necessarily anyone else, even though you are racing against a clock. We want to make sure that we have good form and we're getting the full benefit by getting that full range of motion with all of our squats. So now from here, push-ups. This is where there's a ton of different fitness levels and a ton of different versions of push-ups that everybody can do. So obviously there's a standard push-up. You would be up on your toes and you're going to be going down, bringing the chest pretty much to the ground and then all the way back up, full extension. Other variations are from the knees, leaning the body down, bringing the chest to the mat, and pushing up. Any of these modified push-ups, I really want to make sure that people are trying to utilize their chest muscles. So to avoid using too much arms, you don't want to have your hands way out in front so they come down. It's not a lot of chest, it's a lot of shoulders. Then other variations is if you have trouble lowering your body weight down using chest, you can always slowly lower to your forearms, bring your body down, reset the hands, and come up, whether it's on the knees, or you could also go ahead, if you want to try practicing full sit-ups, come up from here and then lower yourself back down, reset the hands. All right, so now we have the forward alternating lunges. So on these, it's just simply start feet together, big step forward, soft landing, pushing up, switching legs, and then coming up. With lunges, you don't want to lean forward and put too much pressure on your knee area. So again, it's that big step forward, soft landing, and then coming back up. Whatever you want to do with the hands is completely fine. So that'll be 5 on each leg for this workout, doing 10 total lunges. Now for the kettlebell swing, whatever weight you have at home is great. As I said, you can even grab a dumbbell, just hold on to it on the top. It's more the motion. So for a kettlebell swing, you want to let that float up, squat down. You're almost controlling the fall of that kettlebell on the squat. And as you'll notice, when I'm coming down, that kettlebell is almost hitting me in the butt, coming up, getting that full range of motion. Now with a kettlebell, what you want to do, I think of like that desk ornament where one ball comes, hits the other, and transfers the energy. When you come up from a swing and you almost squeeze your butt cheeks and stop, it transfers that momentum into your arms. You shouldn't be necessarily lifting a lot with your arms. You should be letting your legs and hips do the work on the kettlebell swing. So now the last one is sit-ups. I'm recommending for the workouts, you can do any variation depending on your fitness level of sit-ups, crunches, but my preferred method for workouts, especially when going for time, is to do a butterfly style sit-up. So this would be coming down. You put your feet together in front of you like this. This is the butterfly position. You start off hands behind you, touching the ground, coming all the way up to touch your toes and back down. It allows you to, when you're really getting after it, you can swing your body up with a little bit of momentum, but that getting to the toe area elicits a little bit more abdominal movement versus just hitting your heels and opening up those legs. It hits a greater area of your abs and really working the core muscles. So those are the 6 exercises for this workout. So again, a little bit of strategy for this workout, because now it's getting close to time for everyone to get after the actual workout. I'm going to do a demonstration of the first round, so you can kind of follow along. If you want to set the timer with me or just watch that first round and then set the timer on your own for the 15 minutes, that is totally up to you. So last night I got almost, it looks like almost 8 rounds done. The other lady I was doing the workout with, she got about just over 7.5 rounds down. So that's where it depends on what pace you go at. Because it's only 10 reps per exercise, before it really starts to suck individually with each exercise, it's already time to switch and move on to the next exercise. So you can get through it pretty quickly, and while you're doing a different exercise, you're kind of resting before you see that same movement again. So what I recommend is don't start too fast. I mean, obviously we're trying to get as many rounds as we can within these 15 minutes. But really it's one that you want to pace yourself. And what I typically find is that when I get to the last few minutes left in a workout, that's when I go and I really find that I'll start kicking it up a notch, because I've learned what pace I can work at. When doing AMRAPs or some of these other metabolic conditioning workouts, I like to think of my working pace as almost like an RPM meter in a car, all right? So if you had like a dial with a needle, as you work harder and your intensity is going up, your heart rate's coming up, you're breathing heavier, you don't want to red line for too long. So what I mean by red line is, if you put a motor in a car and you're really hitting those RPMs high, you don't want to go ahead and burn out that engine. You don't want to work too hard or too high of an intensity where you can't recover from it or come back during a workout. You want to push yourself at a good working pace. Maybe every once in a while, put down that gas pedal a little bit more to ramp up the intensity. All right, so to give you the demonstration of the workout, I guess lastly, so the scoring and recording of the workout before we get into it. Doing a great workout is awesome. Just getting through it is one thing, but if you do want to keep track of this stuff, whether you want to redo these workouts in the future or whether you just want to compare it to someone else, here in the fitness center, we are recording on the marker board in the Group X room. We're recording the amount of rounds people do and the amount of reps for these AMRAP workouts. So we're hoping that we're going to get a list of people so you can kind of just see. It'll be kind of fun competition between other people doing it and also between yourself. So the way that this would be scored is if you did 7 rounds of it in the 15 minutes, and then let's say you're in the 8th round. So both myself and the participants of the class yesterday were into that 8th round, and I ended up completing the jumping jacks, the squats, the push-ups, the lunges, the swings, and I didn't get a chance to get to the sit-ups. So I had completed 10 reps of the first 5 exercises in the 8th round. So what I wrote down on the board was 7 rounds plus 50 reps. Someone else had completed 7 rounds. They got through the jumping jacks, squats, push-ups, and they got 2 lunges. So they had 7 rounds plus 32 reps. I hope that makes sense. The score is not the most important thing, but it is kind of cool just to keep track and to give yourself a target in the future. So to get after the workout, if you're ready to start it, you will get your timer going, get the clock up, and then I'm going to start going through it. So, all right, if we were to be getting after the workout right now, starting it, I'll get my own kind of mental timer going here, and we're going to go through 1 round. All right, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going. So we get these 10 jumping jacks. I think it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So right into the squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then right into some push-ups. So if you want to use the mat, a lot of these workouts the transitions are gonna save you a lot of time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're moving into the forward alternating lunges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and the kettlebell swings. So grabbing my kettlebell, coming up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. All right. Switching to the sit-ups. So I'm laying down, feet together, come touching the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, now you hop back up, and then for you, if you're doing it now, you go right back into the jumping jacks. So keep going, keep counting. So essentially, for the workout, you would now keep going through doing consecutive rounds, as many as you can in the 15 minutes. I just want to demonstrate that first round, give you guys great explanations. So in the future, for some of these workouts and the postings, I may try to go back and potentially even edit, look at the timestamps, so you can skip ahead if you want. If you don't necessarily want to do the warm-up, we'll kind of have this in different segments. If you have different comments, different questions, you want to see more modifications, please let me know. So as I said, this is my plan, is to do this what's called workout of the week. The posting will be Tuesday mornings. We do it in person here at the Bedford MITRE location at 5 o'clock on Monday in the afternoons. So yeah, hopefully we see you here in person. Hopefully this virtual workout gives you a great idea of the format. We're gonna do all kinds of various workouts. In addition to the AMRAPs, we'll do EMOMs every minute on the minute. We'll do some chippers or even partition chippers, where we go through a list of set amount of reps per workout and break it down in various ways to complete all the body of work. So I hope you enjoyed it. Again, this is just a great kind of introductory workout. It's a good pace to go through each round pretty quickly. And hey, I'd like to know how you do. So shoot me a message on Teams if you end up seeing this. Neil Pendleton. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you want to see some different. If you have exercise suggestions, I'm all for it. So I'm doing this for you guys, so I want to try to get as much engagement as possible. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your workout, and let me know how you did. Thanks.